Viewer discretion is advised.
You are listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where two friends chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash their worst Minnesotan accents.
Oh, yeah. Sure do. If you can't tell, this might be a little bit of a different episode because I'm Lucy.
And I'm Corey.
My husband. So Amanda is unable to join today, and due to HIPAA reasons, she can explain. She's totally fine. But suffice it to say, diabetes is a bitch.
Yeah.
So I just tapped the only other resource that I have.
And I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
I think.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, even though I don't exactly know how this is going to go.
No, and it's going to show.
I'm going to leave laughing or crying.
I think you'll cry throughout.
Okay.
And once it's over, when we look back on it, it will be funny.
This will have been a good experience.
Yeah.
A bonding experience. Really make up
In
for the
retrospect.
divorce allegations.
Okay, so we have a very special gal pick. We have not done a Beyond Stupid episode in a long time, and given that it is our 10-year wedding anniversary next week, Jesus Christ, we are going to talk about Beyond Stupid crazy couples. So that's our topic for today. Please be gentle with us.
Please be gentle.
All right, but first, I did assign Corey a pairing for this episode. So, what do you got for us for Beyond Stupid Crazy Couples, Cordero?
Well, I have a Beyond Stupid pick because the degenerate that I am, I decided to not only bring a liquor, but also bring a shot. So,
Jesus.
I'm going to start with the liquor. This is my daily driver.
Daily? don't put it that way. That sounds so bad.
I really like tequila, and Don Julio Reposado is perfect. Enjoyed over ice, as a mixer, a straight shot, or out of your favorite belly button at your local Senor Frogs.
Oh, God. Gross.
I'm going to mix this drink here. I'm going to have mine on the rocks.
Oh, give it that pop again.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Ready?
Ick, that really sounded gross.
There.
It's fine.
Okay.
John will make it sound
Yeah, John, can you turn that up, please? Oh,
God, that's a lot of tequila.
well, I'm free pouring
You're
over
just
here.
dumping it in.
Free pouring.
This isn't like the super expensive, like the tequila, the Don Julio that those guests threw a fit over on that episode of Below Deck.
Oh, no, this isn't the 1942.
Okay.
This is a nice middle of the road, probably. I think it's like $40 for a bottle.
Okay. Well,
for you.
Tell the people what you mixed it with off camera.
Well, Lucy's is mixed with cranberry juice and lemonade because that's what we had. I don't know that would be my first choice as a mixer for tequila, which is why I'm having mine on the rocks.
Oh, Jesus. It is 1 p.m. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it smells like college.
While Lucy is deciding on whether or not she likes that, I'm going to start pouring our shots.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ.
So what I brought is a nice bottle of Liquor 43. There's a popular shot that's kind of happening around Des Moines right now that's called a mini beer. And as a shameless plug to our two bars, the Fitz and the Alpine, I thought I would pour us a shot of a mini beer.
Okay. I think I have...
You've had one of these before.
Have I?
I know you have, yeah.
Oh, yeah. When you pour it, well, tell them what you're doing. It would be cooler if you did that on camera.
Well, they'll see, because it's a whole thing. You want to tell them what this is? Read the label while I do this part.
Liquor, Licor, Licor 43, a secret Spanish family recipe of Mediterranean citrus fruits infused with selected botanicals. That's really vague.
Yeah, it is, because when you taste it, that's not what you're going to think of at all.
No, but the color is gorgeous. This lovely amber. I feel like there's going to be a mosquito frozen inside.
And so what you do is you pour your shot of Liquor 43 and then you put a spoonful of heavy cream over top to make it look like a little beer.
It looks like a little Duff beer, especially in this shot glass.
Yes, and I have a different shot glass that says, "Who let the girls out, Oklahoma?"
That was a gift from a Coven member.
Thank you.
Cheers. Jesus. That's so cute.
And it's really good. It tastes like... I'll wait till she takes hers.
A buttery nipple.
I was going to say cream soda, but buttery nipple works.
Well, that kind of is a buttery nipple.
It's called a slippery nipple.
That's like erotic looking too when you're done with it.
Here, let me show you something else. Here's a party trick. Hold this. Okay. We're going to pour one more small one. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
So if you take your heavy cream and, you're not trying to be all fancy and cute, and you just dump it in, it'll look like a cum shot.
Well, it got on my hand too.
Well, that's what she said.
This is turning really erotic. We shouldn't have a couple.
Yeah, we got there fast. Are you going to have that one?
Yeah, fuck it. You're picking up June. I dropped her off. No. Peek behind the curtain. That was a bad
Okay,
idea.
so that is
idea.
our pairing
Here you go.
for no real reason, but that's what I saw when I walked into the bar earlier today, and so that's what I grabbed.
I don't think you fully understood the assignment.
I don't think I understand it at all.
We're flying by the seat here, folks. Are you one of those people that wakes up in the middle of the night or early in the morning just sweaty or freezing or otherwise uncomfortable, or maybe both sweaty and freezing? The temperature in your bedroom can make or break your sleep, and that's why we switched to Miracle Made sheets. These are inspired by NASA technology and use silver-infused temperature-regulating fabrics to help you sleep perfectly all night long. Hashtag women in STEM. This is amazing. Whether you're a hot sleeper or a cold sleeper, it does not matter. These sheets will help you stay in that comfort zone. Also, thanks to their antibacterial silver technology, Miracle Made sheets stay cleaner and fresher up to 3 times longer than regular sheets, which means less laundry. Hi, you're welcome. They also feel just as good, if not better, than the sheets you'd find at a 5-star hotel, but without that ridiculous price tag. These are smooth, they're breathable, they're ridiculously comfortable, and they're good for your skin because all that hidden bacteria in your regular sheets can clog your pores, cause breakouts all over your beautiful bod. We don't want that. Miracle Made's antibacterial design helps you sleep cleaner and clearer night after night.
Upgrade your sleep or give the gift of better rest. Go to trymiracle.com/gals to try Miracle Made sheets today. You'll save over 40%, and when you use promo code GALS, you'll get an extra 20% off plus a free 3-piece towel set. They make an amazing gift, and with a 30-day money-back guarantee, there is no risk. That's trymiracle.com/gals. Code GALS at checkout. Thanks to Miracle Made for sponsoring this episode. This will be my 3rd Father's Day this year, and I can tell you that in our living room, having an aura frame just rotating pictures of my daughter is my favorite thing in the household. Every dad would appreciate to have one.
These aura frames are so nice and they make such a good gift. So first of all, it's like a beautiful digital frame. You just set it on your mantle or wherever. You get free unlimited storage, which means you can add as many photos and videos as you want. If you're giving it as a gift, you can preload photos before it ships. It also comes in like this really nice gift box. You can share your videos effortlessly by just downloading the free Aura app, or you can text photos straight to your frame. To be real, this is the best like boomer parent gift you could possibly buy because you could set it up for them before they even get it and then have them download the app and then just like bottomless glee for the rest of their days. It's the top rated app. It reached #1 in the App Store on Christmas Day in 2025. Seriously, Aura makes it very easy to shop for any dad. Named #1 by Wirecutter, you can save now by visiting auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $35 off their best-selling Carver matte frame with code GALS. That's AURA frames.com, promo code GALS. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. So I've been poking around on Whatnot recently. This is a live sale, like a live shopping platform. It's so much fun. You can buy items across beauty, apparel, bags, jewelry, so much more. I saw a pair of Lululemon leggings for $25. Hi. Whatnot is not just a place where you can get your favorite items and discover new ones, but also a place where you can like connect and engage and find really good prices on some of your favorite things. Whatnot is the largest live shopping marketplace in the country, allowing users to enjoy a trusted shopping experience in a real-time format. It's like very exciting. With over 10,000 fashion, beauty, and bag sellers on Whatnot, there's always something for every buyer to discover live right now. You almost never ever pay full price. You can shop name brands, but without those retail prices. Live shopping is a community-driven experience with real-time engagement among like-minded shoppers looking for great deals, just like you and me. Buyers connect with passionate sellers to discover unbeatable deals. They have something for everyone.
And if fashion is not your thing, jump on there and find a cool pair of sneakers. Maybe search for some games. Download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT Whatnot in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals.
First of all, let's dispel the rumors. Are we divorced?
I don't think so.
I don't remember divorcing you.
Okay. If you don't remember it and I don't think so, then I think we're on the same page.
Okay. Glad we cleared that up. I wanted to bring an element of psychology to my segment because I do typically do the background in psych, you know? Mm-hmm. And I saw something on TikTok that was like a woman reading a Reddit list thread of ways that people kind of fuck with their spouse.
Oh, great.
And so I only found, I couldn't find the thread that video was reading from, but the more popular thread that I found has to do with gaslighting. And you're so easy to gaslight.
Oh, I thought you were going to turn this on like me being an extreme gaslighter. And I was like...
it works both ways.
Okay, I was like, I really stepped into getting beat up here by agreeing to do this.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that you... Well, you don't gaslight me. You manipulate. Is that different?
I don't know.
Let me just tell you this, what I found. Okay. My husband, 30, and I, 30, male and female, have been together for 8 years. For the past couple of years, I make him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day to take to work. Number one, I've never cooked you a lunch to take to work. Well, I don't have to. You've always worked in restaurants. But hello, you're already making him a sandwich every day.
Peanut butter and jelly.
I use Welch's Grape Concord jelly. This is important for later. Every day he tells me that I make the best sandwiches, and I just say, I make it with love. However, when we're fighting, he always says he can taste the difference in his PB&J, and I say, because I made it with hate. But the truth is, he can taste the hate in his sandwich because when we fight, I use organic, sugar-free grape jam.
Oh my God.
This is my favorite part. It's in the back of the fridge and he's never seen it. So it's what I use to convince him that he can't make me mad or my anger makes the food taste different.
I'm going to be honest with you, that's kind of fucking badass.
It is. And it really hit home for me because when I need to hide food from you, it's just in the bottom shelf in the back because you are too lazy to bend over and peer to the back shelf. And I have kept so many fun snacks secret from you over the years. And once in a while you'll find some, but most of the time you don't find them.
Great. Well, now I get to go on a scavenger hunt after this.
No, because I got a lockbox.
Can we kind of revert quick to the fact that, say he's 30 years old?
They're both 30.
Okay, a 30-year-old dude is eating a PB&J every day for lunch. Like, our 2.5-year-old has a much stronger palate than that.
Yeah, but you and I both know, particularly men, who don't crave variety in life in that way, and they're totally fine with it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm cool with just cold hot dogs, too.
Yes. But, you know, boring guys...
We know a lot of them.
We know a lot of them. Anyways, do you gaslight me at all?
I mean,
Well, okay. Well, we got to explain the Wendling.
Yeah, because here's the thing: if I am, I'm just apparently good at it because I'm too stupid to know what I'm doing.
I think it's more that it's ingrained in you on a cellular, genetic level because your whole family does it.
Yeah, we're pretty good at like getting out of what we don't want to do and kind of turning things into what we do want to do. But now, since Lucy's totally caught on, she just calls me out.
When we first started dating and he would do that shit to me, I would call it Wendling. He was trying to Wendle me. It takes many forms. One of your most irritating forms is changing the plan at minimum 4 times before it's actually executed. Like, it's a Saturday, we have a free night. Where do you want to get dinner? Let's go here. 10 minutes before we leave. What if we go here? What if we do this? How about we do that? Yesterday, when we were going to go to the mall. Or Saturday, when we were going to go to the mall.
Well, I just misunderstood the plan.
You had a completely alternative itinerary in your head. Completely.
Yeah, no, I did. That was more of a lack of understanding what the day was going to look like. But there are many, many times that in my head, I just decide there's a better idea.
And that's just one example. But the more I got to know the rest of his family, they all do it. And I'm talking to you. I know you're listening.
Sorry, Mom.
And so now we all call it out with everyone because everyone's like, oh shit, we do that.
Yeah, that's a thing. June does it too.
Well, she's a toddler, so there's that. How'd we meet?
Oh, I thought we were doing a wine and crime episode. I didn't realize we were doing a whole history.
How'd you propose? What room in our house did you propose in?
Uncorked.
We'll do an uncorked AMA. You can ask Corey.
Yeah. Ask me anything uncorked.
Oh, God, that's dangerous. Okay.
I'm down.
I have a couple of articles. The first one is out of Asheville, North Carolina. 2 suspected bank robbers have been busted for bragging. This is the one you're going to want to see the photos, so I'll pull them up when it's time. Asheville police said the selfie-loving couple robbed an Asheville, Ohio bank. Oh, Asheville, Ohio, not North Carolina. A bank on August 24th. The Chillicothe Gazette reports on John Mogan, age 28, walking into the bank and handing the teller a note demanding money. Once he got the loot, investigators said Mogan went home and started taking selfies with his girlfriend, Ashley Dubois, age 24, with the loot. Let me show you these.
I think I saw this one when I was looking through some stuff. No, I mean, that's badass.
That's not badass. Those are 20s, first of all, and I can tell there's some 10s and 1s deep in there.
Yeah, they're not even crispy.
They're not crispy. He doesn't even have them folded up very well. Also, don't put cash in your mouth.
There was another one that I saw where a couple went to rob a bank and they pulled up through the drive-thru and sent a note in, but the note was written on their utility bill. Like a demanding money. Yeah, demanding money. So it's like, here's my address.
No.
You know, here's what I owe for utilities. You know,
you need that to register to vote.
Right. I thought it was kind of cool. Hey, here's my social security card. Can I please have some money?
Oh my God. This is a stick up. You're wearing a mask. Well, they probably thought because they were in the drive-thru they could really get a head start.
Or you go in, you're wearing a mask, and the bank teller goes, "Do you bank here?" And you go, "Yeah." "Can I see your ID?" "Sure."
Very dumb. I don't know. What's the dumbest crime you've ever committed? You don't have to answer that.
Yeah, that's
You've committed...
Uncorked exclusive. Ask me anything.
Uncorked exclusive. You have so many skeletons in your closet that are not fit for public consumption.
But all of them are like not that bad, just kind of really dumb.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. You've done a lot of dumb things.
Yeah, just don't paint me as a criminal here and we'll be okay.
You're not a criminal, and you are really dumb, but you're very, very good at very specific things. And I think that's called neurodivergence, but whatever it is.
Calls it as I sees it.
It works for you. Okay. So the two uploaded those photos to Facebook. Not only were they not for their own use, but yeah.
They uploaded it to the boomer socials.
I know. Well, this happened I think this happened in 2015.
Oh, okay.
Several days later, police tracked them down and arrested them. Dubois is being held in the Licking County Jail. Is Dubois the guy or the girl? It's the girl!
Is it Dubois or is it Dubois?
It's Duboe.
That's Dubois. Okay.
Man, imagine as a person with a vagina going to Licking County Jail. She might never want to get out. The Gazette reports that Mogan, the guy, is being held in the Pickaway County Jail. Why do these have such ridiculous names? Both are charged with robbery, fifth-degree felony charges of theft, and each are being held on $250,000 bond. It doesn't say how much they got.
I mean, you can count it. It's in his mouth.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, hope they had fun.
Put your money where your mouth is.
My next one isn't as funny, but I'll just say I would have done things differently. I think both of us would have done things differently. So this one is from the Cape Cod Times, but it happened in Texas in 2005. Georgetown, Texas. Molly Daniels spent weeks surfing the internet, gathering information for a bizarre and grisly plot of deception. I love how heavy-handed this article was written. She learned how to burn a human body beyond recognition. She sought clues on ways to deceive arson investigators and took meticulous steps to create a new identity for her husband. So,
Do you know, if you're watching this, do you notice every time there's something like hyper aggressive, Lucy turns and looks at me like this? Like, she's like one of those, just you wait, I already know this too.
I like to intimidate.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, so then she dug up a woman's corpse with help, staged a fiery car accident to fake her husband's death, and had him reemerge as her new boyfriend. Authorities say it was all to collect guess how much this was to collect a life insurance thing? Well, the whole plot was twofold.
I mean, $100,000.
$110,000. But here's what happened. So her husband, his name was Clayton Daniels. He was suspected of a sexual assault of his child cousin, like several years ago. So they weren't able to just arrest him right away, but they were able to arrest him on some sort of other like minor, like a probation violation. So he was going to be held for 30 days for that, but they were stacking up evidence for a bigger case about his cousin, which was a much more severe thing. At the time, he had 2 kids with his wife, 22-year-old Molly Daniels. But so Molly insisted that the plan was not motivated by greed, but rather was a desperate attempt to keep her husband out of prison stemming from that sexual assault charge. She tearfully told jurors it was about keeping our family together. That was the only reason she dug up an old lady, staged a car accident, and faked her husband's death.
Yeah, literally to cover up a child molestation.
Right?
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
I understand wanting to preserve, when you have kids, wanting to preserve your family. Let's discuss this after I get through the details, because the details are really gnarly. Okay. The plot began to take shape last year after Clayton Daniels, age 24, pled guilty to sexual assault charges. He was allowed to stay out of prison after the plea, but never reported to his probation officer, drawing a 30-day jail sentence. So why he was only charged, he didn't have to go to prison after he pled guilty to these other charges. I don't think they were the ones stemming from the child, or else he wouldn't have been able to walk away. 3 days before he was to report to jail last June, police found a burned out Chevy at the bottom of a roadside cliff. It's always a roadside cliff.
Roadside cliff, yeah. That sounds like a bartender at your local saloon. And I'm going in to see a roadside cliff.
Let's start calling Chloe Roadside Cliff. That'd be a good drag name.
That is a very good drag name. I'm going to drag you to a roadside cliff.
Put a cinder block on the gas pedal. Let you roll away. Well, that's what they did. But it was a corpse in the car. Already. The corpse in the car behind the wheel was unrecognizable. Its head and limbs burned away. But it was his car, and they put some of his shit in it. So they just assumed that investigators would be like, well, it was him.
That's that guy.
That's that guy. He doesn't have hands or a head, but that's him. And he's really old and wrinkly and female for a 30-year-old man, but whatever.
And seemingly decomposed.
She had only been buried for like a year and a half. So not too bad. I mean, it's gross, but...
Well, I don't know what that would look like, but I can assume that you do.
It depends on the environment, how wet the soil is,
right.
The aridness.
If you've been waxed.
The density of for all I know, she was buried in a peat bog. That's not true. I know exactly where she was buried, but maybe not what she was buried in. We'll get to it. Okay, Molly Daniels' defense attorney said even the metal on the car was melted. It was so hot. Molly told friends and relatives that her husband had died. Her coworkers raised $1,000 for her and attended a memorial service. They had a full-on funeral for this man. A few weeks later, Molly introduces her new boyfriend, Jake Gregg.
Not a good name for a roadside bartender.
Jake Gregg. It doesn't really roll off the tongue very well.
Two first names.
Yeah.
Very regular. I played football with both of them in high school.
Greg's with 2 G's. Well, 3 G's. By the way, their kids are 4 and 1. So she brings her new boyfriend in. And she's like, look, kids, this is my new boyfriend. Totally not your dad. Isn't that fucked?
That is nightmare fuel.
You know what he did to alter his appearance? So they faked his death.
Wait, go back. They changed his name to Jake Gregg?
Well, yeah. They drove the car. Okay. I'm going to just read this. So Jake Gregg looked a lot like Clayton Daniels, but had black hair and not whatever the fuck color it was before. Investigators say Molly also had forged documents to create a new identity for him, including a fake birth certificate and a Texas driver's license. You don't need a body to fake a death if you know what the fuck you're doing, which clearly she did not, after all the Googling. All right, neighbor Scott Rager had barely known Clayton Daniels and had never gotten a good look at Jake Gregg because the man was rarely outdoors. Before the incident, we would wave to each other and say hello. Afterwards, when they pulled in the driveway, she would get out of the minivan, open the garage, and he would pull in. The guy never got out of the car. He would very intentionally pull the car into the driveway, close the door, and then enter the house. Because he didn't want his neighbor... Jake Gregg didn't want to meet the neighbors.
No, Jake Gregg did not want to meet the neighbors.
Investigators had been suspicious from the start. Wonder why. The accident scene had no skid marks or signs of a high-speed crash.
Jake Gregg had skid marks.
Probably. The hottest spot of the fire was the driver's seat, and charcoal lighter fluid had been used as a fire accelerant. They used an They were so bad at this. Beyond stupid.
He was just driving and filling his Zippo at the same time. What of it?
He was on his way to a barbecue. DNA samples from the burned corpse couldn't be matched with one from Clayton's mother, which would have given us Clayton's DNA.
Right.
So they were like, oh, well, your DNA doesn't match, but we don't really know what the alternative to this situation would be, so... Searches of their home and the computer that Molly used to surf the web revealed the scheme to get Clayton a new identity. Officers also found a list of plastic surgeons in Mexico. Investigators said Molly Daniels told them the body was taken from a cemetery a few miles away.
The plastic surgeons in Mexico, do you think he went for a consultation? They were like, just dye your hair black. Look, just go straight Rudy Giuliani. Let it run right down your face. No one will know the difference.
Also, like, when you're dyeing your hair, don't go with black.
Right.
Don't go with black as a disguise. It's never going to look right.
Yeah, I bet it was a bowl cut, too.
I don't know. I bet whatever it was, it also stained the skin around his hairline. I guarantee it. So Molly finally tells them that they had gone to a cemetery of like low income or like transient individuals that didn't have like money for like a burial plot or had like very little family. So I guess they thought ahead to like who wouldn't be missed, which is so sad. So this woman, she was 81 years old when she died in 2003, and she was buried in an area used for people who can't afford a burial plot or have little to no family. Molly had testified, "We felt because she was older, there would not be much family impact, if any." So that's how much thought they put into what corpse they were going to dig up.
All of the research that they did, the one thing they did right was the darkest part of it.
Well, they didn't need a body at all. I mean, if...
Right, but if you really wanted a body to put that much thought into it, I mean, it's sick as fuck, but like, that was actually kind of smart.
I mean, define smart.
Okay,
it didn't work.
I can't.
It didn't work. I think, well, I don't know. Also, we're talking about 2005, so there were advances in DNA testing around that whole time too. So
there were also
maybe
more
they really
names.
did think they could.
There's also more names than Jake Gregg.
Jake Gregg. You could literally choose any combination of names. Jake Gregg. Not Greg Jake.
Yeah.
So, her lawyer said he couldn't explain why anyone who went to such great lengths to mislead investigators would stay in their home where they could so easily be discovered. Oh, yeah. They definitely should have moved, so he didn't know anybody in the town, but they stayed in their home, in their town, where he knew everybody, and that's why he couldn't leave his house.
And they had the perfect opportunity to say, I got a new boyfriend, I have to move for his work. Jake Gregg
I have $100,000, I have to move to Mexico to get plastic surgery and maybe never come back.
I'm a journeyman plumber, and I got to go along with him.
Molly might be a journeyman plumber.
Either. Jake Gregg sounds like the name of a journeyman plumber.
He sounds like the name of a man who eats PB&Js every time for lunch, too.
But he only gets that Welch's Concord.
Ew, no. Okay, but he said the fact that they didn't leave proves that their motive wasn't insurance fraud. It wasn't about the money, it was about the family. Okay. It wasn't about money. They could have taken the money and gone to Mexico. She felt everything was falling apart and had to take action somehow. It was misguided, but her family was the motivation. Molly's father, John Hania, attended his daughter's sentencing and said, quote, "I thought I taught her better." Clayton Daniels is in custody awaiting trial on arson charges. He could face up to 20 years. This article was from 2005. I forgot to look for an update, but
So Jake Gregg got off scot-free. Clayton Daniels got in trouble.
Clayton Daniels, well, we have to remember that Jake Gregg didn't exist in the first place, and that's probably a good thing. But even more unfortunate, Clayton Daniels existed and
touche.
Committed at least one count of sexual assault. So, and dug up a body. And one of the headlines for an article that I just pulled my pictures from was somebody that I didn't used to know. It's like, you guys, come on.
I'm looking at you, and I was going to say to any regular person, I'd be like, could you imagine digging up a body? But I'm looking at my wife, And I don't
With
even
these arms?
and I don't even need to ask the question.
First,
yes, she can imagine it.
Literally digging. Yes, no, I have said so many times, digging a hole is not.
I bet you could find a way to gaslight me into digging the hole for you.
I have.
Oh.
Remember when we had the whole film crew out here?
Yeah, remember when we joked your ass with a fake body out back?
Oh my God. I was so excited. I wanted to believe so bad. They were doing our back patio out in the backyard with his.
It was me and my dad.
It was you and your dad and your brother.
Yep.
And they obtained a Halloween skeleton and buried it back there. And so while they were digging out the space for the porch, they were like, oh, Lucy, you gotta come see this. And his dad and the brother who was there were both cops in a previous life. And they were like, oh my gosh, pretending to brush away from the eye sockets of the skull.
They were very good about it.
They were. That was some pretty good acting for your dad and your brother, the one who's not a professional actor. But they were fucking with it, so I was like, everyone back away! And I pulled out my phone. I started video recording it. I was like, someone call the police. I've got it on camera. I've got everything on camera. Don't touch it. Back away. And your dad was like, all right, you're taking this way too seriously. This is a joke.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody touch it. Why do you guys not know any better? And your sister was there, and she had gone to the frickin' CIA Academy or whatever,
right.
FBI thing. It's like, I am the least trained of anyone here. Why are you all fucking with the human remains?
Well, so Lucy gets to play that joke again later because she took that same skeleton, and I'm assuming no one listening to this is going to buy our house when we sell it. But
Please don't.
She hid it in the cabinets when we remodeled our kitchen.
I hid it in the... We've seen the Instagram videos.
Oh, okay.
There's a little kitchen
Yep.
remodel. You know, there's an empty square in the corner of like your cabinets. Yeah, I got some bones.
So, yeah, so if anyone
really
ever
wanted
redoes that kitchen, they're going to...
That wasn't a unique prank, but I did have to explain it to the countertop guys when they showed up to install the countertops. I was like, I left them in there on purpose. And they were like, oh, ha ha. When can we leave? So that is my segment for you. Now that we know how we gaslight each other,
Yeah.
at least a couple of the ways. I'm never going to tell you some of them.
And here's how I gaslit you. I didn't actually even put an article in. We're done.
Well, special thanks this week.
Wait, that was a joke. That was a joke.
I miss Amanda.
It was all a buried body.
It was what?
A fake buried body.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry.
It was an 81-year-old who just dug up.
Yeah.
But also, if you are needing to fake your own death, read Liz Greenwood's book. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called How to Fake Your Own Death. Liz Greenwood. Anyway, it's excellent. And she gives you step-by-step instructions. It involves going to Vietnam. Well, that is my segment. We're going to take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors. Maybe take another I keep calling it butter beer. That's Harry Potter. We don't talk
Yeah,
like
then
that.
you call it a buttery nipple, which is a slippery nipple, and it's also not that.
You called it a buttery nipple?
Yeah. It's called a mini beer, and it tastes like cream soda, not a buttery nipple.
We're going to have one during our break to hear a word from our sponsors, which I'm pretty sure Corey's going to have to read for us as well. So that will be another fun.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's 2026, and I truly believe that if you are not in some sort of therapy or like actively engaged with discussing and monitoring your mental health with your primary care physician, you're living in the past, and it's likely that you're not living the life that you could be living, because therapy truly takes so much off of my plate personally and just kind of opens my mind to other alternatives and other perspectives that really, it's so easy to get bogged down in the everyday and in your own BS that it's often hard to like break free from that. And that is why therapy can be so crucial, particularly a therapy platform like Rula. Rula offers in-network covered care for most insurance plans. The average copay for Rula patients is $15. But depending on your benefits, your copay could be as little as $0 per session. And with Rula, you can find the right therapist for you. Rula partners with a network of over 15,000 therapists and psychiatrists nationwide, enabling you to find your personalized solution and the right therapist for you based on your needs, preferences, and state requirements. They also make it very easy to switch out if that particular provider isn't a great match for you. My favorite part about Rula is their commitment to supporting you and staying with you every step of the way on your mental health journey. They follow up. They help you find the right therapist to help you schedule your appointments. They monitor your progress. They really are there to help you. So whether you're at the beginning of your mental health journey or somewhere along the way, Rula really is there to support you and make sure that you get the care and support that you need.
Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high-quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit rula.com/gals to get started. That's RULA.com/gals. You deserve mental health care that works with you, not against your budget. Lucy and I have had a cat together since we've been together, and that's been a long time. We've had the scarf and barf issues for years, and honestly, when we switched to Smalls, a lot of that stopped. It's been great.
I think Ray was the main culprit here, but he would absolutely house his dry kibble and then go to the nearest carpeted area and like vomit. You know, that you could count on that happening multiple times a day, but not since we have switched to Smalls. I am evangelizing to every cat owner that I know. Smalls will change the game for your cat's health. So whether it's like the barfing, the kind of itchy fur, or if they're a little bit extra chunky, you know, Smalls could have a solution. Smalls Fresh Cat Food is protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free 100% human-grade ingredients you would find in your own fridge. That's right. If you run low on snacks in your fridge, I'm just saying. And it is delivered right to your door. Smalls uses fresh, gently cooked food that's made without preservatives. A balanced diet, therefore, leads to less shedding, fewer hairballs, a more silky shine to the coat, and more of the nutrients in Smalls food are digestible, so less junk comes out of the other end, which means their litter boxes are actually not as scary either. Smalls cat food leads to high protein and improved hydration, which equals strong bones, toned muscles. I've just come to think of that like crunchy kibble stuff as just junk food, and Smalls is the opposite of that. Forbes ranked Smalls the best overall cat food, and BuzzFeed says, my cats went completely ballistic for this stuff. But really, after we brought home Ocho from the shelter more recently in the last few months, he has transitioned straight to the Smalls. He asks for it very politely every morning and every afternoon around 4 p.m., and I oblige him, and they love it.
So stop serving your little carnivore a bowl of processed shortcuts. For a limited time, because you are a Wine and Crime listener, get 60% off your first order, plus free shipping and free treats for life. When you head to smalls.com/gals, that's 60% off your first order, plus free shipping and free treats for life when you head to smalls.com/gals. And we're back.
You should show off that painting.
What does that have to do with anything right now?
That's you and me. I made you that for your birthday. Look, I made this painting from when we first met, started dating. These strips of paper are parts of the training manual for the Brown Bottle in Cedar Falls. I was a barback, and I was studying them. This one is sparkling white wine served with a cooler. Any port drink served on a plate with a napkin and biscotti. And there's Ghostface. And so I made a little multimedia painting for Corey. And then it ended up back at my fucking house somehow.
We're going to auction this off.
No, we're not.
Oh, okay. All right.
It looks too... The Ghostface's eyes were way too accurate to get rid of that.
Yeah.
They're both a little wonky.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back.
We're back.
What do you have for us, man who probably intentionally misunderstood the assignment? I don't know what's coming down the pike.
Well, so this one has been on like a ton of shows, and like there's a lot of articles about it and stuff, so I'm assuming that a lot of people have heard this one, but it is also pretty fucking dark.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of read this article, try and do it to the best of my abilities with my neurodivergence, possible dyslexia.
And incredible acting capacity.
And yes, and anything else that Lucy's going to diagnose me with.
So, let me get my manual. Where's my DSM?
Whoa. Okay, so this one is in Maryland, and it's a couple named Erika and Benjamin B.J. Sifrit.
BJ?
Yes, they were accused of luring Joshua Ford and Martha Jeannie Crutchley into their rented Ocean City penthouse after a night of partying at the bar during Memorial Day weekend, and the victims were later reported missing.
What year was this?
2002.
Okay, a little while ago.
Yeah. So I shouldn't even be laughing already, okay? Because I know what's about to come. After they were missing and after a series of events, their remains were discovered in a Delaware landfill. And when they were in court, the judge said this was nothing more than a thrill killing. And he said, you're a butcher and you cut these people for no good reason. So I'm going to give you the good reason.
Well, I want to kind of know how they died. Did they just murder them?
We're going to get all that in here.
You know, that's...
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so Erika Sifrit, who was 24 when the murders took place, came from a wealthy family in Altoona, the Pennsylvania area, not our Des Moines area. Mm-hmm. And her father was a well-known contractor and her mother was a homemaker. So, I mean, well-known contractor, homemaker. I read something about how, like, they had their own basketball court, so it sounds like a rich developer, stay-at-home mom situation.
Okay.
In her senior year, before graduating with a history degree in 2001, Erika Grace met B.J. Sifrit at a bar. It was a whirlwind romance, and within weeks of meeting, the pair married.
That's a little bit quick, I think.
Yeah, I'd say that's on the faster side of things.
Are they young, too?
24.
Yeah.
Oh, 24 when the murders took place, but so in 2001, she would have been 23. So they were married for a year before this all happened.
Okay.
Also very quick.
Very quick for murder and marriage.
They later referred to themselves as Bonnie and Clyde.
There we go.
Yeah, that cool, as every couple does when they do some real funny shit.
Like that time we drove to Spillville when you were wearing your little beret. Didn't you have a fake gun, too? Or were you just finger gunning?
I was finger gunning. Do you think that you do think I'm dumb enough to have a fake gun waving out a window while we're driving down a highway, don't you?
No, we weren't. We were at the bar in Spillville.
Oh.
Maybe you just looked like Clyde with your dumb hat.
Probably. But that reminds me of, I was going to pair this for the drink with Mad Dog 2020.
Oh my God!
Because the only time that I ever drank it, Lucy and I went on a country drive. Nice country drive. We went by a roadside cliff, and we split a bottle of Mad Dog 2020.
We threw our like rotten jack-o'-lanterns up out of the sunroof of my Honda Accord and let them explode on the gravel road behind us. And
yep.
This is very irresponsible.
Yeah, we drank Mad Dog 2020 and smoked a bunch of weed. And
we were not driving, by the way.
And we both had very bad headaches and were kind of violently ill.
It was not a good time.
No,
it was not.
It was a very, what we thought was going to be a very fun time turned into a very dark evening.
I mean, it was still fun.
Oh, yeah, in the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drive responsibly, everyone.
So, let's get to find out who BJ is.
Okay.
Benjamin BJ Sifrit. BJ Sifrit, who, like his wife, was 24 when the murders took place. He was born in Iowa and frequently moved around the Midwest and Texas because of his father's job as a business executive. He enrolled in the U.S. Navy, having spent his high school years as an avid swimmer and lifeguard, rising to the top of his class as a Navy SEAL.
Wow.
Yeah, so, yeah. Okay. However, despite his military achievements, B.J. Sifrit was also known for his temper. According to the Washington Post, he was kicked out of the SEALs program due to multiple traffic violations and other misconduct offenses in Virginia Beach, and at some point, he had a large swastika tattooed on his chest.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I was going to say, you shouldn't be punished as a member of the Navy for a driving violation.
Yeah, but then when it says other misconduct, it makes you think that like those were kind of an added hitch to get it taken care of, get them gone.
Yeah,
you're
right. But if your job is mostly like swimming and boating,
Yeah, I don't
don't have to be
I
the
don't think
driver.
Navy SEALs consider it boating. He was a swimmer and a lifeguard. And, you know, them Navy SEALs, they like to go out on the pontoon, man.
They like to go tubing.
Yeah, they're tubing the Apple River.
Those river rats.
So Erika, she had a lot of insecurities. There was some of that stuff that I didn't go through that some of her friends had talked about when she was younger. But so she had to follow her husband every time he got a new deployment. So when he got kicked out of the Navy SEALs, they gave him a lower rank and they sent him to a different camp. Detectives said that she was very jealous and against the Navy's rules. She followed her new groom
Jealous
to
of
Alaska, where he was stationed for cold weather training. I don't know. It just says she was very jealous. So I'm assuming that...
Maybe just resentful
Yeah.
instead of maybe jealous.
maybe BJ was taking a lot of women out boating.
It's true. With
Yeah.
a name like BJ.
They're going bass fishing,
Who
man.
doesn't want to go out with a guy named BJ?
So that was against the rules. And BJ hit probationary status because of Erika moving to follow him around because he was there literally to work and they were not supposed to have their significant others. Here's where it gets really weird before the murders happen. In Pennsylvania, Erika Sifrit's parents, after they had to move away from Alaska because of the probationary status, they moved back to Pennsylvania, and Erika's parents helped them open a scrapbooking hobby shop called Memory Lane. And Lane is spelled Laine, and there's nowhere else in this article that refers to that name at all. So, I don't...
Well, they were trying to be... Lane, Lane, was already taken.
You ready for something even more silly?
Yeah.
It supported the wife's, Erika's collection of Hooters restaurant-themed memorabilia, something others called a fetish, as well as their profitable eBay sales of collectibles.
Wait. So it's a scrapbooking store with like a side aisle of Hooters shit?
I think that was like the main thing, her obsession with Hooters.
Hooters?
Yeah, that's in here even further.
She was reselling Hooters merch?
Mm-hmm.
They could have gone after her. Unless it was like vintage.
Well, you'll find some more of that out as well.
Where the fuck did Hooters come into all this? Why does she love Hooters? Why can't she spell Lane?
Detective Bernal said, I've never seen anything like it. As would anyone, right?
It was a huge collection.
Here's another kicker. Are you ready for this? After marriage, Erika bought her husband a handful of pet cobra snakes. They named them Bonnie, Clyde, Hitler, and HIV.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yes. Yes.
HIV?
Yeah, Bonnie, Clyde, Hitler, and HIV.
They should have named it HIS.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have named it HIV.
No,
We
or
can start
Hitler.
there. Yeah.
Really, or arguably Bonnie or Clyde.
Yeah, this was to show a part of their growing interest in disturbing preoccupations. All right, so Hooters, shitty names for snakes.
Well, titties, reptiles,
As their
definitely some Pall Malls.
definitely Pall Malls. Because cigarettes also come into play later on here.
Wow, go figure.
As their romance continued, the pair found a common bond on substance abuse. Witnesses later testified they were
It's not funny.
heavy drinkers and snorted anti-anxiety medication. I just think it's funny that it went through. They have these pet snakes with super shitty names, and as their romance continued, they found a common bond in substance abuse. They've only been together for a year.
How is your common bond not Hooters?
Well, they actually don't ever say anything about BJ's liking for Hooters or not. So,
This gets weirder by the moment.
yep. So, for Memorial Day weekend in 2002, they decided to hit the beach resort town of Ocean City on Maryland's eastern shore, just south of the Delaware state border. And it's a host to many nightlife visitors escaping the summertime, right?
Yeah.
Sounds great. Sounds
sounds
awesome. Yeah,
wonderful.
let's hit up some Hooters, take our snakes. go
The
to beach.
Delaware Shore.
So let's talk about the victims.
Yes, let's.
Joshua Ford was a 32-year-old insurance underwriter from Boston. He attended Norfolk State University in Virginia before doing a stint in the U.S. Army. Martha Crutchley, nearly 20 years Ford Sr., came from Cunningham, Kansas, and also worked in insurance out of Chantilly, Virginia, and Fairfax County. So literally, they both work in insurance. Okay. That means nothing to this story.
Okay.
Crutchley and Ford met at a Christmas party while she was on a business trip in Boston. Both had been married once before and each had one child. The couple lived with one another in Fairfax County for about 1 year before heading to the popular tourist destination. These are 1 year relationships.
That's crazy.
All right.
Young love.
This is
fast.
This is a little snippet. Ford's niece, Joshua Ford's niece, 23-year-old mother, Kelly Ford, became a high-profile case after her headless body was discovered in a shallow grave on Cape Cod.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yep.
Whose mom was that?
It was his niece, Joshua Ford, the victim's niece. Before all this happened,
Was it related or just another tragedy?
no, it says that one's still unsolved.
Oh,
They don't know, which as of this article, so who knows now?
headless niece.
Headless niece, shallow grave,
Child
Cape Cod.
niece?
Doesn't get 23.
Almost a child.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, this job sucks, doesn't it?
Mark Ford, who was Kelly Ford's father, the headless Kelly Ford.
Okay, don't refer to her as that.
And Joshua Ford's brother told the outlet after the Ocean City murders, "We push forward. We're a strong family." Okay, this is, I'm going to have a little sip of tequila before we get into the nuts and bolts here.
Wow, you really did your research. Well, you're just cold reading an article, but yeah.
No, I've read it a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Give me a break.
Okay.
So the Crutchley and Ford, their disappearances were tied to their ID cards. So this is when the Sifrits and the victims met. On Saturday, May 25th, 2002, Crutchley and Ford met the Sifrits on a bus headed to the nightclub Secrets, spelled Seacriets. Secrets.
I like that.
According
It's
to
better than memory lane.
the four partied at the bar before the Sifrits invited the Fairfax County residents back to their rented penthouse at the Rainbow Condominium Complex, staying until the early morning hours of May 26. Loved ones reported Crutchley and Ford missing to Virginia authorities after Crutchley missed a work meeting that Tuesday. Soon, Ocean City officials were tasked with searching for the couple, finding their belongings in their oceanfront rental unit, but there were no signs of the people.
Damn.
Right? So they gone. Missing person flyers were posted around the boardwalk town. The Sifrits continued their vacation as though nothing happened, reportedly unfazed when seeing the posters throughout the week. Still, nothing connected the Sifrits to the missing couple until early Friday, May 31st, 2002.
Yesterday was May 31st.
Ooh, topical. This is fucking hilarious. You ready for this?
What is it hilarious?
I mean,
Okay, yes. I hope so. This is supposed to be a funny episode.
they were arrested for something else. And what they were arrested for was trying to steal $5,000 worth of items, including cigarettes and Hooters t-shirts from a Hooters restaurant in Ocean City.
Stop with the Hooters. Why are we fixated? Presumably really soon after they just murdered two people, they were going to get their Hooters fixed.
They frequently broke into Hooters restaurants and other businesses to steal items for their Pennsylvania-based business.
They broke into a Hooters gift shop.
Frequently. Police in Pennsylvania previously suspected them of a string of burglaries where about $50,000 worth of dietary supplements and beauty supplies had been stolen. So they're just
From
out.
a Hooters?
I don't
No,
think that's
they don't
from
sell that
Hooters.
from Hooters.
No, but like,
Oh my god.
how do you conceal $5,000 worth of Hooters merch and cigarettes in one little smash and grab?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh,
Unless
man.
their cigarettes are like...
I mean, they're just jacking cartons.
Yeah, I don't know what
You know?
Hooters merch goes for these days. I have no idea. It's probably pretty expensive.
Well, it must have been lucrative enough if they had a whole store based on it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, why change it up? But that is the dumbest, like, act.
Yeah, well, the dumbest fixation.
Yeah.
I really get off on stealing from Hooters.
There had to have been some
And it's not even the dude named BJ.
Yeah,
it's the
right.
It's the lady.
it's his wife.
Erika.
Wife, right?
Yeah, yes, of 1 year. And a couple weeks.
Yes.
During that attempted burglary, authorities found Erika Sifrit in possession of a knife and a .357 Magnum snub-nosed revolver, and BJ in possession of a knife and a 9mm. At the scene, Erika, God, it's these things that aren't supposed to be funny are just ridiculous. At the scene, Erika Sifrit began suffering what appeared to be a panic attack, so she requested the police to go through her purse to get her anti-anxiety medication.
Oh, no.
So here's the deal. I'm having an anxiety attack. Not, can I get my anxiety meds? Police officer, will you get my anxiety meds?
She probably asked if they could, and they said, fuck no, you're not rummaging around through your purse. We just pulled a gun and a knife out.
Inside the handbag, officers found 4 spent shell casings, 1 live round, and the IDs of Crutchley and Ford.
Oh my God.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's sometimes you gotta laugh to not cry, and it's like, of course you asked the police to get your medication, knowing that you had the IDs of 2 missing people that are posted all
But
over
I'm
the
saying I don't think I think she probably asked if she could get it, and they were like, "No, we'll get it." And then the jig was up at that point.
That could be, yeah.
The jig was up.
Yep, that could be.
The cops do not let you go through your own purse after your.
I just like to think that she was that ridiculous, like that reckless.
For the purposes of this episode, yes.
Okay. All right.
That's really dumb.
The Sifrits murdered Crutchley and Ford after a miscommunication. Simple miscommunication.
What? What does that mean? Miscommunication between who?
We'll get there. The Sifrits were detained on burglary charges and questioned about the couple's disappearance. Although the husband, BJ, refused to cooperate, Erika admitted that they invited Crutchley and Ford to the penthouse before she misplaced her handbag. The Sifrits accused their guests of theft, prompting BJ Sifrit to draw a gun and threaten both of them. Under the threat of death, Crutchley and Ford were forced to strip naked to prove they had nothing to do with the purported theft before running away and locking themselves in the bathroom.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, no.
BJ kicked the door down and fatally shot both of them.
Oh, no.
And this is what Erika says.
Okay.
Right? Erika Sifrit claimed her husband then dismembered the bodies and placed the victims' parts in various containers, garbage bags, and military bags.
This was supposed to be a funny episode.
Well, misunderstood the assignment.
You got distracted by the Hooters thing.
Yeah. I Googled, the first thing I saw was Hooters crimes.
Like, I'm going for it.
Yeah. We're going for this one.
You really overshot the mark here, my dude. That's okay.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Well, it's back to the.
We'll let the listeners speak on behalf of this.
This was not my intention.
Uncorked AMI. Corey, why the fuck did you pick that article?
Or AMA.
Whatever they call it. Okay. Parts of the bodies, including Crutchley's leg and Ford's torso, were discovered at a Sussex County landfill.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Shortly after the murders, but before the Sifrits' attempted burglary arrest, Erika and BJ went to great lengths to cover up their crimes.
I thought you were going to say they went to Great Wolf Lodge.
Not surprising, because the next statement is they visited a local Home Depot and purchased a new door to replace the one BJ broke down in the penthouse.
I swear to Christ. Oh my God. Also, hanging a door is so stressful. Imagine having just murdered and dismembered 2 people, and then you have to hang a door.
Jesus Christ.
Do they have to dig holes too? What's next? Did they drive to the landfill, or did they put them in like a dumpster and that ended up in the landfill?
Well, it looks like they put them in all different bags and dropped them around in multiple places, but the landfill is where they found the first section of parts. Okay. So Erika essentially rolled on her husband and said that he did all this, right? So she was granted immunity from the murder charges if she would comply with the lie detector tests and lead the authorities to where the dumped body parts were. However, during a polygraph test, she confessed to having more of a role as previously led on, and new revelations included her stabbing Crutchley after she had been shot. Doesn't say whether she was dead or not at the time, but BJ shoots him, kicks the door down, shoots him, and then she starts stabbing him.
Ew.
Yeah. Murder charges were then back on the table.
Yeah. Oh my God, gross.
So both of them were convicted of the murders, but not to everyone's satisfaction.
Okay.
BJ was tried first, beginning on March 31st, 2003, but since Joshua Ford's partial remains did not provide a cause of death, and because the 357 bullets containing the victim's DNA actually belonged to Erika Sifrit, so the gun, or the bullets that had the DNA that they found was from Erika's gun. BJ,
so we really don't know what did happen.
No. BJ was acquitted of charges related to Ford. For Crutchley's death, however, he was connected because the missing woman's body had not been connected with Erika's gun. A jury found him guilty of first and second degree murder in connection with Crutchley's homicide, and he was sentenced to 38 years behind bars. This is the not to everyone's satisfaction. The judge said this is one of the very few instances that he wrote a note to oppose B.J. Sifrit's parole should he live to see it.
The judge
did? The judge said that in 38 years, when he goes up for parole, it's my understanding that you should deny it.
Yeah.
That's
kind
something.
Of severe.
Yes, that's very severe.
Not saying it's too severe, but it's
intense.
No,
but I mean, I think good severe. So, if you ask me. During Erika's trial, prosecutors provided photos of memorabilia collector wearing Joshua Ford's ring around her neck. So she had one of the victim's rings around her neck. She was holding on to it like it was a piece of history, like her Hooters stuff.
Well, like a trophy, like the way they kept their IDs.
Yep.
Don't keep the shit.
Yeah. She was convicted of first-degree murder for Ford's homicide and second degree for Crutchley's homicide. This is kind of wild.
Okay.
Part of her trial, there was a testimony from Melissa Sealing, who claimed that on May 29th, 2002, 3 to 4 days after the murder, she and a friend met the Sifrits at an Ocean City bar. As with the Crutchley Ford double homicide, they were invited back to the Sifrits' penthouse as guests and were soon accused of stealing a purse.
Oh, they were going to do it again.
Again, BJ drew a gun, demanded answers, but in their case, they were able to make it out alive.
Ew.
Yeah. He became very, very angry, Sealing testified. He said if we ripped him off like the other people who were here, he would do the same thing to us that he did to them, referring to the bullet hole in the door.
Ew.
Ultimately, Erika Sifrit was sentenced to life in prison plus 20 years.
Okay.
So, where are they now?
Probably prison.
Yeah, B.J. Sifrit became eligible for parole after serving half of his sentence, but elected to postpone the hearing according to the Maryland Coast Dispatch. He went before a parole board in 2022 and was denied, continuing his sentence at the Roxbury Correctional Institute in Hagerstown, Maryland. Erika continues her life sentence at the Maryland Correctional Institute for Women in Jessup, Maryland.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah. So that wasn't what I was supposed to do.
It doesn't follow the historical formula, but that's okay.
Okay.
Because neither does a straight white man as a guest host, so we're fine.
There it is.
Also, remember when we went to Twin Peaks and I was not aware that it was a breastaurant until we got inside?
Yeah. I specifically remembered joking, should we just go to Twin Peaks? And you're like, yeah, why not? I'm like,
I thought it was like Applebee's. I didn't catch the dual mountains in the logo.
Do you want to tell them about the beers that you ordered?
Oh my God, I was so annoyed.
This is almost as infuriating as that case.
What did I get? I wanted to get a draft beer, And the server goes, did you want to make that a girl size or a man size beer? And the girl size was like 8 ounces and the man size was like 20 ounces.
Yeah, and if you ordered a bottle of beer, it would come with a koozie that had boobs.
The koozie was dressed, it looked like a lumberjack, like a flannel shirt. And then they would take 2 quarters of limes and stick them in the bra of the shirt. So the limes looked like titties.
That's what it was.
And she said, do you want a girl size or a man size? I said, can I have a shot and just a bottle of Modelo, please? She was like, yeah, sure.
Can I out myself with a Hooters story?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care about going to Hooters.
Well, so
I only have one Hooter.
anyone who's listening to this and likes chicken wings knows that Hooters wings were awesome. They absolutely were.
I've never been to a Hooters. I kind of want to go and like make besties with the server.
Well, I was working after Lucy and I first moved to Des Moines. I got a job at Jason's Deli. And on my lunch break, I wanted some fucking wings. Guess what was down the street? Hooters.
There's a Hooters out there?
Not anymore. I think there's like all the Hooters are gone now.
Oh, okay.
It
probably turned into that Twin Peaks because that was right down the street from Jason's.
No, it was the other direction. It was like where that McDonald's Taco Bell is on 22nd. So I go and I get my to-go wings from Hooters and I go back to Jason's Deli, get rid of all the Hooters paper and stuff, and I sit down at a booth and...
Were you embarrassed?
Well, no, if you know anything about Jason's Deli, it's a very Christian-owned business, which I have a lot that I could say about some of the things and how they did things there with as far as that goes. But this
Uncorked AMA.
But this sweet old lady walks right up to me and she goes, "Oh, you guys have wings here?" Because I'm wearing my Jason's Deli shirt, right? No. She doesn't have my break. And I was like, "No." She goes, "Where did you get those? Those look good." And I said, "Hooters." And I have never in my life felt so scorned by the look on an elderly woman's face.
Oh my God. She cast you to hell.
She did. Moment. She did. That was the beginning of the end for me.
She's been praying for you every day since.
Probably.
Her whole prayer group has been. Oh my God, that's funny.
That sandwich slinging Hooters guy.
that demon at Jason's Deli.
Yeah, is there still a Hooters at the Mega Mall? Mall of America?
Probably.
Because
if there's one anywhere, it's going to be at the Mall of America.
Well, it was where my late uncle wanted to go for some reason. Well, our family trips revolved around Mall of America, and every time his family was there, we would go to Hooters too. So.
I'm sure it's still there. They're not really in the habit of switching things out at the Mall of America because there's so much fucking space and like not enough stores on the planet.
Right. Well, they also can't replace that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ride because of that lady.
What lady? Oh, the spinning thing?
Queen Shell Shock, I think is what she goes by.
Yeah, she spins really fast.
Yep.
Yeah. She's viral. She's famous.
That's cool.
I didn't know that was a TMNT ride.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like you're in a turtle shell, and she figured out how to like manipulate the swing,
make it go really fast.
If you want, and
spin really fast.
And there's a counter on every single chair, so that you can see how many revolutions it does in one go around. And I don't remember what the number is. I'm gonna make something up, but she's like, "I'm trying to break my record of like 69 spins around the shell shock during one ride."
Oh my God.
She is a national treasure.
She is. Yeah, they can't take that away. And they can't take away the Rainforest Cafe for the once every 4 years we go there.
Right. June has to go.
She has to go. It's like when I forced myself to have a baby before Ghostface died so they could meet each other. I'm going to force us to take June to Rainforest Cafe.
I'm going to will that into existence.
So they could meet each other. Okay, well.
It's shorter than normal.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Us? Who's us? Amanda.
Yeah.
Have fun in your bed.
My apologies go out to everyone listening that I am not Amanda, but thank you for having me.
Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah.
And let us know if you want this to ever happen again.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're going to get more no's than yeses on that one.
Well, hey, tell the people where to find you and your shit, because you're all over the place.
Well, they probably know.
Just say it.
At Lachelle's Fine Foods on Instagram, baby. We got 2 restaurants, 2 bars, and a food truck. Got a couple other things in the works. And those of you who have visited the restaurants, we appreciate that very, very much. That's been one of the coolest things with what Lucy does for work and with what I do for work is there's this small overlap of people.
It's a really
and personalities.
weird, like, passionate overlap. And it's so fun to see. So
it is. And if you ever stop in and just ask from around, I'll come out and say what's up. And if Lucy's around, I'll pick her brain too. So come in and see us if you're in town. If you don't like the food, don't tell us, but we appreciate it anyway.
you can tell me and then I'll hold it over his head.
Yeah, there you go.
I love having more in my arsenal. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining. I was going to say one more thing and I forgot what it was. Oh. So yeah, we're not divorced yet. Hopefully we'll get another... He sneezes so fucking loud, he does. God damn. You know what's nice, though? You opened your shirt and you just need to go, ha-ta! Into, like, the void.
Well, there might be a second one coming on.
Well, put it in your shirt again. We gotta go. Thanks for listening. Join us on Uncorked. Goodbye.
Bye.
Like what you see? Check out more episodes and become a member to unlock exclusive content.
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.